Yeah. Okay, guys, let's start. So I hope, guys, everybody created your own account, AWS account, right, guys? So I can see Balaji, Benny, Malati, Rajesh, Sindura. So I think Sindura just today joined, right? So others, have you created your AWS account? Hello, guys. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So have you created your AWS account, guys? As we seen yesterday. How many have you you have created your AWS accounts? So Rajesh, I hope you already have it.
Yeah,
Malati, what about you?
Hello?
Malati, you said you already have it, right?
You're able to.
Did your
No,
account?
actually, when I give a payment and it was not successful. It is saying
Oh,
like your service sign up is almost complete, and like I got some error message. Contact your support, and I got a mail saying some problem with the payment. Is there anything like I have to see? I stay not in India, so I have to give only this credit card details, whichever the country I'm staying, or I have to. Like I gave my Indian credit card details, but it is not accepting. It is declined.
should be. Is there any deduction happen on your card?
Yeah, deduction. Yeah, deduction happened, but
Uh,
the account is not successful. I got
okay,
a
so maybe
mail
can you show
saying,
me your account status now? Can you share your screen?
yeah, yeah,
I'll show you now. Okay, so I'll make you as the presenter.
yeah,
Please go ahead and show me that.
okay,
Because that account is
yeah,
compulsory. Without AWS account, guys, so we cannot
yeah.
proceed.
I
So
tried,
opening.
yeah, yeah. This is the error message I got, like through the mail. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see. We received an
Okay.
error while attempting to confirm the payment method associated with the method. To use your, you must provide a valid payment method, and we were unable to charge your card. Okay, so then why not you try with you go with your US card then instead of Indian
I
card?
don't. We don't have a credit card here. That's a
No,
problem. Like,
debit card
or
also
should I
fine.
convert? Oh, debit card is also
Yeah,
fine. Okay.
yeah, no need to go with credit
Okay.
card. Debit card is also fine. So can you click on the complete your method AWS registration? Let's see where are you now. Complete your
Okay.
AWS registration. Let's see. So let me start recording. Maybe. Oh, still it's
Mm-hmm.
asking credit card or
Okay.
debit card. You
Yeah,
can
it's
maybe
asking for
after the
the.
class. Okay.
Uh-huh.
After the class, you can complete this registration. Maybe we'll go with
Okay.
other
So
screen right
here.
away.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
more
tell me.
doubt I have. Like,
Uh-huh.
I'll give a details, all those details, and the
Uh-huh.
details whatever I give, and the card should be like of mine, or can I use someone's card also? Like,
That's fine. Anybody's is fine.
any
That should
card
be
is fine,
valid card.
right? Like, or
Yes, you're right.
valid card.
Yes,
Then
any
I'll just do
valid
it
card.
because okay,
Yeah,
fine.
you
Yeah.
can go with
Then
debit
I'll
card
do it
also.
after this class.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys,
Okay.
what
Yeah.
about others? What about others, guys? Balaji, eh, Balaji, Benny, G1,
This is
Sindhu.
Benny here. I joined only today, Amrinder. I will create it tomorrow. I previously had an account, but it was near to that 1 year mark, so I closed it. I'll see to create one another. Yesterday I did not attend the class. I had one another meeting, so I'll
Oh,
try to
you
create
are
one
Rajesh
tonight.
friend, right?
Yeah, I'm Rajesh friend. Yesterday I did not attend.
Okay,
I
okay.
had an
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Today you will get the
I'll try to
recording.
do it
So
tonight.
don't worry. Yeah. So I'll add your mail
I
address
got it.
to
I
the
got it
calendar.
around. I got it. I got a YouTube link by 5 o'clock, I believe. So I think that is the recording.
Okay, so let me check that maybe. Okay, can you share your screen once? Can you show me that Google Drive once? So just I want to check whether you got correctly or not. So let me provide
Yeah,
you
we
that.
got a mail actually.
Okay, so that is fine. Actually, I added Rajesh later, so I want to check for him also.
Okay, fine.
So Rajesh,
Okay, fine.
maybe Rajesh or Benny, can you please share your screen? Can you show me your Google Drive once, OneDrive? So maybe the mail which you are received. Have you received, Rajesh? You also?
I didn't receive. Let me check.
Okay. So Benny, what about you? Can you show me what you have received? So let me make you as a presenter.
Okay.
Let me make you as a presenter. Just a minute.
You are able to see?
No, not it. Actually, is it Benny's screen or Rajesh's screen? Benny's screen only. Okay.
No.
Go ahead now.
Yeah. This is what I received. Is this the one you're talking? I think this is yesterday's
Okay.
mail.
Open that line. Open that video. I'm not sure. Is it today's one? Open that. Just forward it. Forward little bit. Forward little bit. No, this is not the one. Only this one you received?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have received only this email, not anything else. This one
Okay.
email, this is only 3 emails.
Second link
till
is
now,
also
yeah.
there in that YouTube. Benny, in that YouTube, there is second video also.
Yes. One more video also there. Can you open that one as the actually not this link. So because everything won't be available here. The second one. Can you open the second one? As this is also same video. Actually.
Yeah.
Not,
I'm on the second one
Oh.
as of now, yeah.
okay, that's fine. Not this one. Okay, no problem. I'll add you in that Google Drive one more time. So maybe. So can you open your email once? Maybe you said already you haven't received it. That's fine. Actually, my organizer will do that. So I'll talk to him. I'll ask you. I'll ask him to add you in that OneDrive. So you'll get all the recordings now onwards. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
that's fine,
thanks.
guys. So you said you don't have account, right? AWS account.
No, not as of now. I don't have.
That's fine. We'll go with Rajesh's screen again. Rajesh, can you please go ahead and share your screen?
Sure, just a minute.
I made you as a presenter. Please go ahead.
1 minute. Let me open it.
Okay. So Sindhu, you also today. Any chance do you have AWS account? Any knowledge about AWS, Sindhu?
No, sir. Like today, I will be going through the recordings, and I'll try to create it today.
Sure. So have you gone through the first video which I sent it to you? The demo part?
Yeah, sir. Actually, like I have gone it in a rough way. Like today, I'll go through from the starting to the ending.
Sure. So that one, apart from that, yesterday we have gone through how to create AWS account. Okay. So do you know what is AWS?
I know the full form. Yeah, Amazon Web
Okay,
Services.
that's fine. So basically, it's a third-party provider. Okay, they are maintaining the data centers because
Okay.
every small company nowadays, what will happen? Like the companies, they're not managing their own data centers because it's very costly maintaining the data center. Is your
It's
servers
like
you
a
have
cloud storage, right?
exactly. Okay, guys,
Mhm.
AWS is a cloud provider, one of the popular cloud provider. Is managing the data centers over different regions and is providing the simple way to create operating, to connect to that data center and to create operating systems on top of the data center. And again, why I need data centers? So because guys, every company, their internally so many applications they will design. So again, because of those servers, because of those applications only, customers like we able to use WhatsApp, YouTube.com, Facebook.com, Twitter.com. How these applications are working for us? So actually, whenever you open that YouTube.com, Facebook.com, Twitter.com, it will go to that server only, guys. Okay, so they used to maintain those servers in their data center in the previous days, but the data centers are very costly. The hardware they will use, and again not only the hardware, even the setup also, like huge time it will take to create one operating system. It will take around 1.5 hours, something like that. So that is where cloud comes into picture. Yes, Ashwini, I haven't started my screen yet. Okay, I haven't started my screen. So guys, in today's class, we are going to start the Linux basics. Okay, in yesterday's class, we have like I have showed you how to create AWS account and how to install operating system on top of AWS and how to log in. That is what yesterday's topic. And today is the first class for Linux, guys. What is Linux and how to, again, what are the basics we should aware of and all. I'm going to start now. So guys, how many are new to this class today? Sindhura, Benny, next. Ashwini, is it first class or like already yesterday and demo class you have heard? You have listened. Sindhu, Ashwini, Balaji, can you please respond? Jeevan, Venkatesh.
It is second class for me.
Second class for me.
Okay, your good name?
Venkatesh.
Okay, Venkatesh is fine. Next.
It's next class for me too, sir. I'm Jeevan.
Okay, Jeevan also. So it's a second. So is it first class or second class?
Second class.
Second class. Okay, good. What about Balaji? Balaji, Ashwini. So Ashwini also. So guys, have you created AWS account then? Do you have AWS account?
No, sir. I did not create it. I could not do it yesterday.
Okay, so what is the reason? So guys, you have to be up to date always. You have to complete your previous class setup before today's class. Always, okay? So please make sure that you are following it without fail. Because guys, if you like miss even single class also, next day you cannot understand. Please make sure that. Okay, so thank you guys, no problem. Thanks for joining. So let me first, Rajesh, I'll take control. I want to show something. Then after, like I'll give control to you so that you can proceed. So please let me know once you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yes,
Guys,
we are able to see.
this is the documentation part. Okay, here I do have one Google Drive. You have huge documentation here, guys. Everybody will be provided who enrolled in our course will be again given control to this Google Drive, guys. You will get enough documents what we required. So again, apart from that, our class, okay, some topics even if I don't cover also, those documents also will be available here. So you'll get control. And this is our class notes. So apart from these other documents are kind of a setup documentation. What we do in Google Sites. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So apart from this is our class notes. Whatever I'm going to cover, everything will be available here. So like most of the notes. And apart from this class notes, here outside the class notes, you have huge documentation. Maybe the interview questions. I'll show you the interview questions also. So guys, my suggestion is always like go through with interview questions daily, whatever the topic we are going through now, right? So Linux, first go through with Linux questions while having the Linux class, daily 1 hour. Okay, then after if you are going with Ansible, go with Ansible questions, AWS questions, DevOps questions like this. So please make sure, then only you will get a clarity, guys, on top of because like everything we cannot discuss in our class, right? So apart from that, so some task I will given, I'll give you. Okay, those tasks also you have to complete without fail. Then only you will get the clarity and maybe you will get more again maybe knowledge, guys. Okay, please make sure that. And this is our class notes, as I told you, DevOps class notes. And here Linux. So this is our class notes, guys. Okay, let me start. Let me increasing. So guys, how many of you, like, guys, you have experience on Linux, guys? How many guys you aware of Linux already? Anybody, guys? Any idea about Linux? What is Linux, first of all?
It is an operating system
Okay.
like Windows.
Next.
Yeah.
Yes. Next, guys. Anybody has already experience with Linux? What is Linux and all? How to log in, the maybe any basic stuff, you know?
I just know few commands like ls, wc, cd,
Okay, great. So
the
Ashwini,
basic
you don't
commands.
have speaker? Actually, you, I can see that you are like continuously pinging. Any like reason why you are chatting instead of talking? Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's great, Ashwini. If you have background noise, please you can chat. But the thing is, I may not see your chat every time. That is the problem. Okay, so maybe try to speak, guys, always. If you don't have nice backend nice. Okay, so Malati, do you know why we are using Linux instead of Windows? What is the reason?
The
Why we
security
are
level is more, yeah, like as
exactly,
compared to Windows, security is more because we do have like file permissions and the login
exactly,
permissions.
exactly. So, guys, so why Linux we are using instead of Windows? So because of, guys, Linux is more secure when compared to Windows. So that is the reason most of the organizations are using Linux only. On Windows also you can go with the DevOps, guys. But why we are not going with Windows? Why we are going with Linux? Because Linux is more secure. Again, for automation purpose, guys, Linux uh, has more options. Again, DevOps is for automation purpose, right? Whatever you are doing in your projects, your teams you are doing manually, we are going to automate by using our DevOps. So for automation purpose, Linux is the best platform, guys. That is one more reason. Third reason is Linux is an open source. Open source is nothing but free of cost. The support cost is also very less when compared to Windows. So guys, Windows is not free of cost. Windows support is also not free of cost. It's very costly, guys. Microsoft product. Okay, in real time, Windows is very costly. That is one more reason why we are going with Linux. Okay, Linux is an operating system. It's an open source operating system. We do have different distributions, guys. We do have different distributions in Linux. If you see, these are the distribution names. Like distribution is nothing but, so maybe let's take Windows. We do have different distribution in Windows also. Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows XP, Windows 2000, Windows 2016. But all are owned by Microsoft only. But here, guys, we do have different distributions owned by different company, different organizations. Like these are the distribution names, guys, and different. So Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, SUSE, Debian, Sun Solaris, HPUX, IBM. So this many distributions we do have in Linux. Okay, Linux or Unix. So out of it, guys, in our class, even in real time also, we are going to use these three only. And fourth one is Amazon Linux actually. I missed that part here. Amazon Linux also. These four are commonly used operating systems. If you go with Linux, because of the simplicity, guys. If you go with other stuff, okay, you don't get the documentation. You don't get the configuration again. That's very difficult. So that is the reason we'll go with in real time also, even in our class also. So I'm going to show you these three, guys. Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, and Amazon Linux. These four are the operating system distribution. Okay. Again, guys, it doesn't matter which distribution you are going with. Basics are same. Whatever I am going to cover basics, all are same in all the operating systems. except 1 or 2 commands. Okay, so it can be like it's your wish which distribution you will take for Linux, for the Linux classes. It's your wish. So I'll show one more time today also how to create operating system. So once my session is done, once my presentation is done. So guys, now the official, now we'll jump onto Linux. Okay, as I told you, why Linux, why not Windows means, well, Linux is an operating system, again, secured operating system when compared to Windows. So we'll get a very less threats, guys. The virus attacks are very less in Linux. That is the reason. And also it's a open source. Open source is nothing but free of cost. You no need to pay anything for them to use that image, even though not only in cloud, even in like outside also, in real time also. If you go with your own data center also to install operating system, you no need to pay for them. Again, support cost is also very less, guys. The real time support is very important, because maybe in your organization you are using around 1000 Linux boxes, 1000 operating system, 1000 Red Hat. So obviously, maybe we don't know that when, like at what time, at any point of time, we may get some issues with that Red Hat operating system. So we will take support from Red Hat team, the Red Hat vendor. So for that we have to pay them, but it is very less cost only when compared to Windows support. So that is one more reason, guys, why we are going with Linux. Okay, so next we'll jump on to Linux now. So guys, in any Linux box, you can see two types of users. Okay, the first user is root user, guys. ROOT, that is a username itself, root. Admin user, this is called as admin user, ROOT. Admin, super user, administrator, anything I can call them. So again, normal user. Who is normal user means, guys, apart from the root user, everybody is normal user only. Maybe Amar, because to the same systems. So again, developer might be there. Developer team, like maybe assume that Amar, Radesh, Benny, all are developers. So definitely everybody should have their own user to log into the system. We log in with our users only, right? So those are normal users, guys. So what is the difference between normal user and super user? So guys, if you log in with root user to the system, you will have full rights on the system. You can do anything. You don't have any restrictions, guys. Whereas if you go with the normal user, you have some limitations. Who is normal user? Like Amar, Pradeep, Rajesh, Benny, everybody is normal user only in your system. They have limitations. They cannot install applications. They cannot uninstall. They cannot start. They cannot stop. That is the limitation, guys. Why I should go like this? Why there is a difference between normal user and super user? Why everybody is not getting the same permission or same authorization to the system? Because for security purpose, guys, they developed our system, that Red Hat operating, those operating systems in this way because of the security purpose. Okay, so by default you will get a root user in the system in any Linux box. It doesn't matter which Linux you are using. So root user will be created by default. So apart from that, based on the platform you are using, so there will be different users. So I'll show that username. So everybody is normal user only, guys. If you log in with root user to the system, then only you have full rights. You can install the applications. You can uninstall the application. You can start them. You can create new users. Whereas normal user means you have some limitations. Okay, and I'll come to about this part, this basic commands, guys. Before that, I have to explain about the directory structure. So guys, in Windows, if I ask you what are the commonly maybe used directory, what is C drive, guys? Hello guys, what is C drive in Windows? Hello?
Where our program files, everything will be stored. uh, Like the executable
Yes,
files will be stored in the Windows C drive.
exactly. Exactly. So what is the purpose of C drive generally? Maybe apart from, can I store movies over the C drive? Movies, document. Is it best practice?
No.
So generally we don't copy the, maybe apart from the operating system, apart from the application configuration program files. Okay. So generally we don't use C drive. We'll use D drive, E drive, F drive. Again in C drive also there are multiple directories like users directory. If you go to Windows directory, guys, Windows, see there are different directories. Again, users folders are program files, different directories are available here. Same concept, guys. In Linux also, we do have different directories, guys. Now I'm going to explain about these directories. So what are the directories you would have in Linux? So guys, like Windows, we don't have C drive, D drive here. Okay, so we do have these directories only, boot, tmp, dev, lib, bin, sbin. Okay, so each directory, if I ask you C drive, what is C drive? It is related to operating system. Again, in C drive, you can see different folders like user directory, program files, or different purpose they are using. So your system will use these directories for different purposes. Same concept, guys. In Linux also, we do have different directories. So everybody, you should aware of these directories, guys. What is the purpose of each directory? Okay. So now I'm going to explain, guys. So the main directory, this is main directory, guys. This is called as base directory. Slash is called as base directory. Okay. So again, we do have directory. So we can call it as a root directory also. But most of the guys will be confused because we do have one more directory called root. So what is the difference and all? You might be confused. So I'm not calling it as a root directory. I'm calling it as a base directory. So what is this base directory means, guys? Your system, all the folders will be available under this slash only. This directory is called a slash, forward slash, maybe slash, base directory. I can call it is in this way. Okay. So in this directory only, you can see all your any folder, guys. So basically in Linux, we used to call it as a directory. In Windows, we used to call it as a folder, right? Same stuff only, guys. Only terminology will be differ. Okay. Here in Linux, we used to call it as a directory instead of folder. So this many folders we do have. So out of it, this is the main directory, guys. In any Linux box, so if you go to this folder, here only you can see all these folders. Your everything will be stored under slash only. Okay, so this is called as base directory. Now, guys, how can I refer these names? Means so all are under slash, right? So I should say slash root. So to refer this directory, I should call it as a slash root, guys. Slash home, slash etc, slash boot, slash tmp, slash dev, slash lib, slash bin, slash sbin. I should refer them like this. Okay. So how to go to from one directory to another directory, how to open a directories. Guys, this is how you can use. CD is the command. Everything is a command only, guys. No GUI like Windows. Okay, so in Linux, no GUI like Windows. You can in Windows, how do you open a directory, guys? Simple, double click. You'll go to D drive, so you'll click on the D drive. And inside D drive, if you want to go to any further folder, again you will double click on it. Like this, one by one you will go. Here, this is the command, guys, to open a directory. So to go to this directory, I should use like this. CD slash root. To go to this directory, I should use CD slash home. Means I'm opening this directory. So I will be in this directory now if I do like this. Okay, so I'll explain what are these directories and all. Just I'm showing how to log into, how to open these directories. So guys, /etc/boot. So this is the path. This is called as path, means where the directory is available. If someone asks you, or maybe you want to go to this folder, you have to do cd space /boot, cd space /tmp, cd space /dev. Like that you have to go to open that directory. Now something, assume that guys under some other, maybe root directory, one more directory, maybe some test directory. Example guys, I'm telling. Some directory is available here under root. It's not /test again. You should not refer this as a /test because this is not direct under / right? So you should say like this, cd /root. First, you should come like this, /root /test. You should say like this, guys. So this cd /test is wrong. So guys, you should not refer this directory like this. To go to this directory, it won't work out. So that means what you are trying to say to the system, you are saying under / directory, test folder is there. Go to open that directory. But where actually my test directory is available? Under /root. So you should go like this, guys. To go to this path, to go to this directory, I should go like this. This is the correct path. This is the wrong path, guys. This is wrong. Okay. So not only this, maybe test directory. Let's assume that somewhere under TMP directory, I do have Amar folder. Here also, I should not say /Amar this one because this is Amar is not under / directory. It is under TMP. So /TMP/Amar I should say to go to this path to open this folder. If someone asks you where is Amar directory, I should say /TMP/Amar. I should not say /Amar. So that is how the path, like you have to understand the path, guys. So guys, any doubts in the path? I'll explain what are these directories. I will explain, but just I'm explaining the path, how exactly the path you have to understand. So I heard some voice in the back end. So anybody want to ask something, guys? Anybody? Okay, no problem. So now let's jump on to this directory. What is the purpose of this directory? So guys, what is the purpose of this directory? /root. This directory name is /root. Full path for this directory. What is the purpose means? As I told you, we do have a super user, right? Root user. This is root home directory, guys. So this is called as root home directory. /root. What is home directory means? It is a personal directory for that root user. It is this /root is a personal directory for root user. What does that mean, personal directory? So root user settings, root user personal files will be there in this folder. So guys, it is similar to users directory. Here if you go to users directory in C drive, you can see all the user folders. Every user has one folder. So basically it is public user folder. So if you log in with public, that user can open this, like that user personal files will be available here. Lenovo, maybe if you have another users, all the users will have one directory here. Those are personal directory to them. No other user can open that personal directory, guys. The Amar user can open only Amar user directory, Amar personal directory. No other user can open that personal directory. So again, remaining all are common directories, guys. Only I'm talking about home directories, which spread over these two directories. The personal directories, guys, home directories, /home. So normal user, as I told you, we do have normal users, right? Normal user directory will be available here. If you go to this directory, if you open this /home directory, there you can see normal user directory. So I should say slash home slash Amar, comma, slash home slash Rajesh, comma, slash home slash maybe Balaji. So guys, so these are the directory names. So this is for root home directory and these are for normal user home directory. Very important guys. Home directory concept is very, very important. What is a home directory concept means? It is a personal directory to that respective user. No other user, because to the same system, I can log in with Amar user. Amar will log in with Amar user. Rajesh will log in with Rajesh user. Balaji will log in with Balaji user. So that time, guys, he can access this folder. If Amar will log into the system, this is Amar folder. Only Amar can access this folder. Apart from this, he can access other folders are common, guys, except to home directory. Home directory is a personal directory. Okay. Oh, nobody can access it except that user. Only Amar user, whenever Amar user logged into the system, he can open this directory. From that directory only, he can get this Amar user settings. If Amar user behaves based on these settings only, guys, which like you got the default settings will be available here only. Again, Rajesh user. If to the same system, Rajesh logged in. So by default, Rajesh can access this folder. This is Rajesh personal directory. No other can open this directory, guys. Even though you are in the same system, Amar cannot open this folder because this is Rajesh directory. Only Rajesh settings will be there. Rajesh can read the settings from this folder only. So apart from that, all your system, these are system folders. Everybody can access other folders. Common. Except home directory. Home directory is an individual entity, guys. Every user has one personal directory. So this is a root user home directory, and these are the normal user home directories. The user home directory is nothing but a personal directory to that user. Only that user can access that directory. No other user can open that folder. So that is what home directory, guys. Guys, did you understand what is home directory? Guys, what is home directory? So maybe Benny, did you understand what is home directory?
Yeah, yes, sir. It's a personal directory for the particular user, the normal user. For the normal
Exactly.
user, it's a personal
Every user has a personal directory, guys. Root user also has a home directory. Personal user also, normal user also has a home directory. So this is the root user home directory. For root, it is a again different path /root, not /home /root. For normal user, if you go to this path, guys, you can see all the user directories. It is similar to users folder in Windows. Okay, so that is what home directory, guys. Very important. Please try to understand. If you don't understand, please let me know, guys. Because later point of time, nobody will say go to /home /Amar. If I want to set any user setting, Amar user setting, nobody will say go to /home /Amar. Simply I will say go to Amar home directory. You should know that this is Amar home directory. If I want to set some Rajesh setting, nobody will say your application team, your database team, nobody will say go to /home /Rajesh. You should know that. They will simply say go to Rajesh home directory. You should know that this is Rajesh home directory. /home /Rajesh. So means under /home is the directory. Under home, Rajesh is the directory. Yeah. So I heard some voice, guys.
Can you please don't mind and explain once again, sir?
I'm sorry. Come again.
Sir, can you explain once again? I just got a little confusion. That's it.
Okay. So is it G1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you know Telugu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, just I'm sorry, I'm speaking in Telugu. Like anybody doesn't know Telugu from this meeting, guys? How many of you are aware of Telugu?
Benny doesn't know Telugu.
I don't know.
Okay, it's just I'm sorry, Bunny. So I want to make sure that everybody should understand. So I want to speak in Telugu. Just 2 minutes. I'm just repeating it. Okay. So even simple. సో పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక సిస్టమ్ ఉంది అనుకోండి. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ లైనెక్స్ బాక్స్, మేబీ దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ ఎనీ లైనెక్స్ బాక్స్. ఎక్కడో మీరు మీ డేటా సెంటర్ లోనో ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ లోనో బిల్డ్ చేశారు ఒక లైనెక్స్ బాక్స్ అనుకోండి. ఈ లైనెక్స్ బాక్స్ కి ఎంతమంది మీ ఈ సిస్టమ్ పర్పస్ బట్టి, ఇది డెవలప్మెంట్ సర్వరా, ఇది టెస్టింగ్ సర్వరా, ఇది ప్రొడక్షన్, ఏ అప్లికేషన్ రన్ అవుతుంది. ఒక అప్లికేషన్ కి చాలా మంది టీమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, చాలా మంది యూజర్స్ వాడుతూ ఉంటారు ఈ సిస్టమ్ ని. అమర్ వాడతాడు. ఇప్పుడు అమర్, నువ్వు, మేబీ ప్రదీప్, ఓకే, వీఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ టీమ్, ఒక టీం నుంచి అనుకోండి. ఓకే, సో అందరికి ఈ సర్వర్ కి యాక్సెస్ ఉండాలి కదా. అందరూ దీనికి లాగిన్ అయ్యి వాళ్ళ వర్క్ చేసుకోవాలి. చెయ్యాలంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎవరిది వాళ్ళ యూజర్ తోనే లాగిన్ అవుతారు సిస్టమ్ కి. ఎవరు కామన్ యూజర్ యూజ్ చేయరు. సేమ్ సిస్టమ్ కి అమర్ యూజర్ తో లాగిన్ అవుతాడు, జీవన్ యూజర్ తో లాగిన్ అవుతాడు, రాజేష్ యూజర్ తో లాగిన్ అవుతాడు. సో లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు యాజ్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ మనకు చాలా డైరెక్టరీస్ ఉంటాయి ఒక సిస్టమ్ లో. ఓకేనా, ఫస్ట్ స్లాష్ డైరెక్టరీ ఉంటది. సో దాని కింద ఏంటి, సో అగైన్ లైక్ అంటే డిఫరెంట్ డైరెక్టరీస్ ఉంటాయి ఇక్కడ. మీకు ఎట్లాగైతే సి డ్రైవ్ కింద ఇవన్నీ డైరెక్టరీస్ ఉన్నాయో అట్లాగే ఒక సిస్టమ్ లో స్లాష్ అని, హోమ్ అని, రూట్ అని చాలా డైరెక్టరీస్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, సో అందులో మిగిలిన డైరెక్టరీస్ అన్ని అందరికి యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి. ఇప్పుడు నీకు నువ్వు ఏ యూజర్ తోనైనా లాగిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సి డ్రైవ్ చూసుకుంటే నీకు 3 యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ. మేబీ ఇంకెంతమంది యూజర్స్ ఉన్నా బై డిఫాల్ట్ వాడి యూజర్ డైరెక్టరీ వాడికి యాక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఈ డ్రైవ్, ఎఫ్ డ్రైవ్ అందరికి యాక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. అవునా కదా? సేమ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా నీ లైనెక్స్ బాక్స్ లో కూడా ఎన్ని డైరెక్టరీలు ఉండని, మిగిలిన అన్ని పర్మిషన్స్ బట్టి యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి. బట్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి వాళ్ళ సెపరేట్ ఒక డైరెక్టరీ ఉంటది ఆ సిస్టమ్ లో. ఓకేనా, దాన్ని పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ అంటారు. వాడి హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ అన్నమాట. అది హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటంటే ప్రతి యూజర్ కి వాడి పర్సనల్ ఫైల్స్ ఉంటాయి. అవి అంటే కొన్ని ఏంటి, ఓన్లీ వాడికి సంబంధించిన సెట్టింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. వాడు లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు సిస్టమ్ లో వాడి కమాండ్స్, ఏవి కమాండ్స్ వర్క్ అవ్వాలి, వాడికి సెట్టింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, యూజర్ ప్రొఫైల్ అంటారు దాన్ని. ఆ యూజర్ ప్రొఫైల్ వాడి డైరెక్టరీలో ఉంటది. ఆ డైరెక్టరీ వల్లనే వాడికి ఆ కమాండ్స్ వర్క్ అవుతున్నాయి. ఓకేనా, ఆ సెట్టింగ్స్ అవన్నీ వాడి సిస్టమ్ లో వచ్చిన పర్మిషన్స్ కానీ అవన్నీ ఎట్లా వర్క్ అవుతున్నాయి వాడికి, ఈ వాడి యూజర్ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీలో ఉన్న సెట్టింగ్స్ వల్లనే వాడికి ఆ కమాండ్స్ వర్క్ అవడం కానివ్వండి. ఓకేనా, వాడి బిహేవియర్ బేస్ అయ్యేది అది హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీని బట్టి అన్నమాట. అందులో ఉన్న సెట్టింగ్స్ బట్టి ప్రతి యూజర్ కి ఒక డైరెక్టరీ ఉంటది. మిగిలిన అన్ని అందరికి యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి. మీరు ఏ డైరెక్టరీలోకైనా వెళ్ళొచ్చు. బట్ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ మాత్రం నీ పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ నీకే ఉంటది. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు అమర్ లాగిన్ అయ్యాడు అనుకో, బై డిఫాల్ట్ వాడి ఈ డైరెక్టరీ లోపల ఉంటాడు వాడు. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి ఎక్కడికైనా వెళ్ళొచ్చు వాడు, బట్ ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళలేడు వాడు. ఓకేనా, ఈ డైరెక్టరీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే నీకు పర్మిషన్ ఉండదు అమర్కి. ఓన్లీ రాజేష్ యూజర్ మాత్రమే ఈ ఫోల్డర్ యాక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. మిగిలిన డైరెక్ట్ ఫోల్డర్స్ మొత్తం అందరికి యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి. అలాగే రూట్ యూజర్ కూడా ఒక సెపరేట్ ఫోల్డర్ ఉంటుంది. రూట్ సెట్టింగ్స్ మొత్తం ఈ ఫోల్డర్ లోనే ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, నువ్వు సిస్టమ్ కి లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు ఈ యూజర్, నువ్వు రూట్ యూజర్ లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు ఈ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఉంటాడు. ఫస్ట్ ఈ ఫోల్డర్ పాత్ లో ఉంటాడు. నువ్వు బై డిఫాల్ట్ నువ్వు పీడబ్ల్యూ నువ్వు చెక్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ నుంచే నీ సెట్టింగ్స్ మొత్తం నువ్వు రీడ్ చేయగలుగుతావు. అగైన్ నీ సిస్టమ్ లో నువ్వు ఎట్లాగో అయితే విండోస్ లో మిగిలిన ఫోల్డర్స్ ఈ డ్రైవ్, వెబ్ డ్రైవ్ యాక్సెస్ చేస్తున్నావో ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే మిగిలిన ఫోల్డర్స్ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు నీ రెస్పెక్టివ్ యూసేజ్ ని బట్టి. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ అని. హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ అంటే పర్సనల్. ఇప్పుడు నీకు ఇల్లు అంటే ఏంటి, నువ్వు ఇల్లు, నేను ఐ మీన్ మై హోమ్ అంటావు. వాట్ డస్ దట్ మీన్? హోమ్ అసలు ఎందుకు నీ హోమ్? సో హోమ్ లో ఏముంటాయి, జనరల్ గా నా పర్సనల్ బిలాంగింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, నా కార్ ఉంటది, నా బైక్ ఉంటది, మా ఫ్యామిలీ ఉంటది. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సో అలాగే ప్రతి యూజర్ కి ఒక డైరెక్టరీ ఉంటది అనమాట. దాన్నే హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ అంటారు, పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ అంటారు. ఓకేనా, ఎవరికి వాళ్ళకి సపరేట్ ఉంటది, ఎవరికి కామన్ ఉండదు అనమాట. అర్థమైందా? సో రూట్ కి అయితేనేమో ఇది, రూట్ ఒక్క దానికి ఇట్లా సపరేట్ పాత్ లో ఉంటుంది. స్లాష్ హోమ్ లో ఉండదు రూట్ కి హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ. నార్మల్ యూజర్స్ అన్నిటికి మాత్రం ఇందులో ఉంటాయి. స్లాష్ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీకి వెళ్ళావనుకో నువ్వు, ఓకే, అక్కడ అమర్ డైరెక్టరీ కనిపిస్తుంది, రాజేష్ డైరెక్టరీ కానీ అంటే ఉంటాయి, యూజర్స్ ఉంటాయి.
Yeah.
ఎట్లా క్రియేట్ చేయాలి అదంతా మనం తర్వాత చూద్దాం. బట్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ, పర్సనల్ పర్పస్. నో అదర్ యూజర్ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ద పర్సనల్ డైరెక్టరీ. ఇప్పుడు నీ ఇంట్లోకి వేరే వాళ్ళకి నీకున్నంత ఆథరైజేషన్ ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు. ఈవెన్ మీ బ్రదర్, మీరు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జస్ట్ అనుకోండి, మీ 2 ఫ్యామిలీస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, సో మీ బ్రదర్ కి వేరే హౌస్ ఉంది, మీకు వేరే హౌస్ ఉంది. ఎంత మీ బ్రదర్ అయినా సరే మీకున్నంత ఆథరైజేషన్ ఉండదు. సేమ్ అలాగనమాట. వేరే వాళ్ళకి యాక్సెస్ ఉండదు ఒక ఫోల్డర్ కి, ఈ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీస్ కి. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ హోమ్ డైరెక్టరీ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఐ విల్ షో యూ. నేను వన్స్ I started, I'll give the presentation to Rajesh, maybe some others. That time I will show you this directory. Don't worry. Are you clear now what is home directory?
Yeah, I am clear. Thanks.
Okay. Now /etc, guys. In Windows, if I install any application, guys, if I want to do some settings, what you will do? Guys, in Windows, let's assume that I installed some Skype application. So what you will do? I want to change some audio settings. So guys, how do you do that? If I want to do audio settings for any maybe Skype application in Windows, how do you do that? Not only Skype, general question, guys. I have an application, I want to do some settings for related to
We
that
will
application.
configure the stuff. Yeah, we will
Exactly.
configure those things.
Simply open the application. Somewhere I can see the settings button. Yes or no? So I'll click on that icon button, settings button. So I'll do whatever the setting I need. So here, guys, etc is the folder. If you go to this folder in your system, you can see all your system configuration settings and your application settings also here only. Any application, if you install some application here, that application settings, system settings, everything is a file, guys. You have to find out the correct file. What is the file name for that particular setting? That file you have to modify. So if you go to /etc folder, system settings and application setting files will be available. So this is called as configuration. So basically, guys, in Linux we used to call it as a configuration. The same as Windows settings. Windows like this, in Windows we used to call it as setting. Here we used to call it as configuration. Because we don't have icons to do the settings. When Windows, so in Windows you have icons like this. Let's assume that I want to change something in putty session. I want to change some setting. Simply I'll click on that application. Somewhere I have option like change setting. But in Linux, we don't have that facility to do like that. We don't have, maybe I want to do some setting in GoToMeeting. So this is, if I open my GoToMeeting, I'm sorry, it's not opening. I think it's, yeah, it's already open. If I want to do some setting here, simply I'll go to here and I'll click on that setting. Because I can see that icon physically, graphically. But here, what about Linux? We don't have the graphical screen here. How to change the settings? So this is the way. You have to go to this folder, guys. You have to go to the /etc folder. And you have to find out the correct file. What is the file for that particular setting? Which setting you want to change? Every setting has what? I'm sorry. Just a minute. So guys, every setting has one file here. Okay, you have to find out that file and go to that file and modify the settings. That is what is etc folder. Now the next folder name is /boot. So guys, do you know what is kernel? How many of you are aware of what is kernel? Anytime have you heard about that word? Kernel. Guys?
It is a container for an operating system.
Okay, so good. Next, what I can say. So guys, I want to hear from everybody.
It's an heart of an operating system, we can say this.
Okay, next. Next, guys. So basically in Windows,
It will act as an intermediate between OS and the user.
exactly. So guys, in Windows, if I go to program files, here only I'm getting all my operating system program files. Basically, kernel is the main program file, guys. Every operating system, kernel is the main program file. Because of kernel only, you are able to do all this stuff. You are able to open a file. You are able to open browser. You are able to install the applications. You are able to log in. You are able to boot up. Actually, how it is possible? Just you are giving instruction, user, and your kernel is only taking care of that, guys. In your system, actually, kernel is the main program file. Every time the kernel is only giving answers to you. Here I'm able to, I opened a new file. You're giving instruction graphically. So your kernel is taking that instruction, whatever. So here just assume that I'm saying new file. I'm giving instruction. Your kernel will respond. Your kernel will take that instruction. So user is asking to create a new file. The kernel will create the new file. The kernel is the main program file, guys. In Windows, this is the program file. In program files, you can see the Windows files, the kernel files. Here in Linux, this is the file, guys. Kernel files will be available here only. If you go to this /boot folder, you can see your kernel files. Okay. The next thing is /tmp. So guys, this is called as temporary folder. So basically, this is a system folder, guys. System will use this folder to store cache files. Cache. So in your system, in Windows also, we do have cache like a folder. So there will be a temporary folder in Windows also, guys. Your system, whenever you open some files, some folders, some maybe whenever you store a browser, whenever you store some passwords and all. So basically, there will be a cache folder, cache space in your Windows. Same concept. This also TMP is also similar cache stuff and all will be stored in by your system. You should not use this folder for permanently to store your data, guys. This is for temporary purpose. Your system will use this folder for cache purpose. You should not use this folder but again to store your data and all, because this will be deleted automatically after 30 days. Just assume that today you created one file, okay, under TMP folder. Automatically that file will be deleted after 30 days if you don't use it. Okay, that program will run in the backend. Every time this will be auto cleaned, this folder. So because this is for system performance, guys, your system will use this folder for to store the cache files, your system cache files. Okay, so that is what TMP folder. Now the next folder is /dev. So what is /dev means? Here device files will be available. What is device files means, guys? In any Linux box, there might be operating system means what kind of hardware might be available, guys, for operating system, like hard disk, mouse, keyboard, again RAM, CPU, printer, right? Anything can be attached. So guys, basically whenever you attach some file or maybe some device to your system, a file will be created under /dev. This is for system purpose again. Why I am explaining all these directories, guys? You should know the purpose. Which directory is for which purpose? Okay, so because later point of time, if I ask you to create some files, you should know that what is the purpose of that file. Based on that purpose, you should go to the respective folder and you have to create there only. So generally, we don't create movies, documents in C drive, right? Because C drive is it's completely for OS related. So the same thing here also. Each directory is for respective, some purpose is there. You have to know the purpose. Based on that only you have to create. If something I want to create Amar user setting, you should not do on some other folder. You should go to Amar home directory because that is Amar user setting. Yes or no? So that is the reason I'm explaining all these folders, guys. You should know the purpose. What is the purpose of each directory and folder file? Okay. So here /dev is for system purpose again. Every device, whenever you connected one hardware, maybe one printer, maybe one DVD, maybe one hard disk, you can see that file in the under /dev. That is for system purpose. Okay. So those are called as device files. Now /lib. Guys, what is driver in Windows? Generally, we used to call network drivers, speaker drivers, sound drivers. What does that mean? Guys, what does that mean, sound driver? Why do we need sound driver? Maybe network driver, maybe printer driver. Guys, are you there? Anybody, can you please respond?
To function that particular hard drive, we needed drivers. It's
Exactly.
like
So the related software, maybe speaker related software, maybe network driver, network that hardware related software. So guys, in Linux we used to call it as modules. In Windows, drivers. So just guys, concept is same only. Only names are different. The structure is different. That's it. Here, if you go to library /lib folder, you can see the all modules. Drivers. In Windows, we used to call it as drivers. Any
Okay,
hardware
then,
driver will be stored here only. Yeah, I'm sorry.
like then what is the difference between like device files and modules? Like both are for the hardware connection only, right?
Again, device is device file. Device file is different. Device setting file is different.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind of a device configuration. Maybe that
Okay.
to work that device. Maybe let's assume that I may have like multiple hard disks. Maybe 5 hard disks in my system. So 5 device files will be there, but only one module will be there for that device for all the hard disks. Yes or no?
Okay. 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 Got
So
it.
that is the difference. So both are different. Library is different, device is different. To
Okay.
activate that device, we need a library. We need a driver.
Okay.
Okay. So driver file is different again. Yeah. So now library. The next thing is bin /bin and /sbin. So guys, these are called as binary folders. Normal binary folder. This is secure binary folder. So what is the difference between guys? As I told you, in Linux we don't have graphical screen, only commands, right? Everything is a command. To do anything, to open a folder, to open a file, to create a file, to create a folder, to install some application, everything is command only. Yes or no? So again, those command files will be available again. Command is nothing but one program, guys, again. So we do have different commands. Every command has one program. Because of that program only, you're able to run your command. So those commands will be available here under these folders. Binary folders. These are commands files, maybe executables, command files, executables, binaries, all are same only. You can call in different way. So those, if you go to this folder, you can see command files. Every command has one file, the program file. When you run that command, that program file only will be triggered. So I'll show some basic commands today, guys. So guys, these are important folders, important directories in Linux. Everybody should aware of. Again, you can see lots of other directories also, guys. But these are the minimum directories you have to aware. Again, based on the usage, you will come to know later the other directories also. Don't worry. But as of now, you have to aware of these directory names. So now I will show you each directory, how they will work now. What kind of directories you have there and all. So maybe guys who want to share your screen. So yesterday we have gone with Rajesh, right? Rajesh shared the screen. So guys, anybody want to share your screen today? Anybody has your setup? Anybody has your Linux box ready? Maybe quickly I will show that Linux box also, how to create that OS again one more time. Anybody has your AWS account, guys? Guys, please, you have to speak out. You have to say yes, no, something. I'm feeling alone here. Hello, guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear, but I don't have it.
Okay, so others?
We'll create it today, sir.
Okay, no problem. Maybe let's go with Rajesh as of now, today also. Rajesh, can you please share your screen? So today, guys, I'm going to show you that Linux box creation one more time. Okay, so it seems you stopped that box. Again, create one more box, one more Linux operating system. So guys, again, as I told you, you are in a Mumbai data center now. This is your AWS account. Okay, so I'll show you from the beginning. Can you go to services once? So guys, at top left hand side, you can see the services button. So these all are AWS services, guys. This many services you have in AWS. Now click on EC2. Now I'm going to show you how to create operating system, how to install operating system in AWS data centers. Yeah, click on running instance. So click on launch instance. So I'm creating a new operating system, guys. So as I told you, we do have different distributions, guys. So you can, so in our class, we'll go with Red Hat, Amazon Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, 4 distributions. All are same only, basics, no difference at all. So go with Red Hat. You can choose one of, yeah, go with Red Hat. So guys, always go with T2 Micro. Don't select any other type until unless I ask you, okay, because you will be chargeable. Only like every month you will get 750 hours of free free services up to 12 months. Okay, so only some of the services are free of cost. Here, this T2 Micro, whatever you selected already, that is the free one. If you select the other type, you will be charged, guys. Don't go with others. Now click on review and launch. Click on review and launch. Now click on launch. So guys, as I told you, for Linux boxes which you install in AWS, you won't get the password. So you will get one key pair. Actually, from that key pair, you should get the password. Okay, it's your wish, Rajesh. You want to go with existing or new key pair? Do you have that existing key pair already?
Yes, sir, I have it.
That's fine. Anyway, I'll show that also. How to create get the password also. Okay, so create a new key pair. So guys, it's up my wish. I can go with my existing key. Already yesterday we have created Rajesh key. Use different name. The same name you cannot use. Yeah. Now click on download key pair. Now click on launch instance. So guys, that's it. My operating system is ready. Now go to services again. EC2 running instance. See, great guys, in AWS data center, in Mumbai data center, now I created one operating system. It's coming up now. So this is your same like how you are managing your laptop, guys. The same way you can manage that. You can start it. You can shut down. You can restart. You can delete. You can format. Delete means completely delete it. Now you're it's coming up now. how to log into that box, because you created in AWS data center, not in your laptop. So first of all, I need a password, right? So I'm generating a password now. Actually, it's not a password, it's a key. Open putty, then this is one-time task, guys, not everyday task. Whenever you got a new key, that time you have to generate this. Putty, then click on load button. Go to downloads. Where is that new key, PEM key? So guys, now I'm showing how to generate a key. So actually, this is the original key you got. Yeah, open. Click on OK. Now guys, I'm generating that key. Private, that is called as private key. So okay, to log into my Linux box, I need that private key. So below, you have save private key button. Yeah, that key. Save private key. So original key name is Rajesh_new. Okay, so that I got it from AWS. So actually that has two keys, guys. That is a combination of two keys. One is public and one more is private. The private key I'm generating now. This is one-time task. Now click on yes. Now save it in with the same name, any location, your wish. Don't give any extension. Okay, save it. Yeah, so now close this, guys. My password is also ready now. Actually, my password key also ready now. Private key is also ready. Now you can log into that box. So select your OS, which OS you want to connect in AWS. So you have two operating systems now. One is in running state, one is in stopped state. So select the running box, get the public IP. Now open your Linux Putty session in your laptop. Guys, what is Putty mean? Putty is an application. It's an interface to connect to your Linux box. Because you are in your home. That Linux box is in AWS data center. How to connect? So Putty is the medium. So by using Putty, you will provide IP address and key for that box. Yeah, select SSH. Expand it. Expand it. Now click on authentication. Now browse your key. So guys, we generated one key, right? The private key. That key you have to give, not the first key. Remember that, guys. First key is a combination of two keys, public and private. So I generated a private key. That key I have to use. Private key is nothing but password. Okay, open it. Open it. Now click on yes. So by default, the username is EC2-user. So it won't ask any password because already I provided the key. Press enter. So guys, that's it. My Linux box is ready. I no need to again.
I have
So
a
no
doubt here,
graphical
sir.
screen.
I have a doubt here. If I stop my
Yes, tell me.
service and again restart that one, then can I use the same key whichever I had loaded?
Yes.
Or
Yes, the
okay,
same key you can use that. If you
so I
start
can
that
directly
box,
log in from Putty. I can directly start from Putty,
yes,
right? I need not go to PuttyGen then. But the
yes,
IP address
Puttygen
will
is
be
the
changing.
yes, IP address will be changed. Again, that concept will show maybe in AWS class, like why IP address is changing, like how to make it permanent and all. We'll discuss in AWS class. Don't worry. Okay. So as of now, guys, this Puttygen for this server, even you shut down today, you start it tomorrow again. Okay, no need to generate that Puttygen again because already I got the key. I can use the same key again tomorrow also. Okay. So okay, no need to generate. Now let's see, guys. Let's see the basic commands. First of all, can you change the font here? Right click on that Putty session. Go to change settings. Appearance. Change button. Below change button is there. Above. Middle actually. Yeah, change. Make it bold also. Okay. Apply. So, can you run who am I command now? Who am I? So guys, what is my username now? EC2-user. I'm a normal user now. As I told you, if you see root, ROOT, that is the super user. Okay, can you run pwd command? It will show you present work directory, which directory you are in now. So guys, see, I'm in EC2 user home directory. See the path once. If I log in with Amar user, what will be my path, guys? If I log in with Amar
Home
user,
slash,
what will be my path?
slash home slash Amar.
Exactly, because that is my home directory. But I can go anywhere, guys, based on my permission. Now cd slash, just slash, that's it. What is slash directory? It is the main directory in your system. Do ls now. See guys, I'm in slash directory now. Do ls now. So whatever the directories I explained, everything available here, even some directory extra also there. You'll come to know about those directories, don't worry. We'll see one by one. First, let's switch to root user, guys. How to switch to root user? So guys, everybody is normal user only, because as I told you, normal user has limitations. They don't have full rights on the system. They cannot do, again, maybe they can install, uninstall applications in my Linux box. So they have limitations. Now, how to switch to root, I will tell you. Sudo space -i. So guys, but everybody cannot run this command. Only authorized persons. Only admins will get sudo access. So sudo means it's a special authorization, guys, for normal user to get the root access. We'll discuss about in user management. Don't worry. As of now, just press enter. So it will take you to the root user. In the same system, now you are a root user. Can you run who am I command? See guys, I'm a root user now. I can do anything in the system now. The same system I logged in with root user now. Now clear the screen. Clear command. Clear or control L, both are same, guys. So what clear will do? Just it will clear your screen. Now do pwd. See guys, what is slash root? Guys,
Home
what is
directory
slash
of
root
root user.
directory?
Root directory.
Exactly. It is a root home directory. What is the purpose of home directory?
For maintaining the
Guys,
personal data.
exactly. Every user has one personal directory in the system. So this is a root home directory. Root personal files, root settings will be there. We'll discuss about that later in user management. So as of now, go to slash directory. How to go? cd space slash direct, the directory name. cd means change the directory, guys. Do pwd, it will show you which directory you are in. Again, how can I check? Actually, I'm unable to see the data. What are there in slash directory? You have to do ls command, guys. ls will show you what are the files and folders you have in the current directory. In which directory you are in. If you do ls command, it will show all the files in that directory. In Windows, directly it is showing. If you go to some directory, directly it is showing what are there. But here you have to do ls command. So now let's see one by one. cd slash root. Already we have seen that. Now cd slash home. So guys, as I told you, home directory is a personal. If you see normal user home directory here, can you do ls? How many users you have? That many directories you can find out here. As of now, only EC2-user is there. That is the reason that directory available here. Now cd slash etc. What is etc folder, guys?
Configuration related things we will store it in PC.
Exactly. It's a configuration directory. You can see all your system setting. If you install any application also, data setting also will be available. Can you do ls here? So you have to find out the correct file names here. Which file you have to modify. So don't worry. You do have so many setting files. Okay, so based on application, you have to find out the correct application file. That file you have to modify to do the setting for that file. So, but as of now, just remember the setting files will be available here. Okay, now the next directory cd/tmp. Do ls. It is a temporary directory, guys. Your system will use this directory to store cache files. So, guys, do you know what is cache? Anybody doesn't know what is cache? Basically, in Windows and all, if you open a browser, you're typing your history. Again, you're storing some password sometimes, username password. So those passwords and all, where it will store, there will be cache memory in your system. Okay, I don't know in Windows what is the directory name. Okay, so same concept, guys. Your system cache will be stored in this folder /tmp folder. This is a temporary folder. This is called as. Your system will use it for performance purpose. Okay, you should not place your important files here because it will be deleted if you place some files here. Please make sure that, guys. Okay, now cd/boot. So always clear the screen, Rajesh. Don't run at bottom. Control L. Control L will clear the screen. Do ls. Do pwd first. So guys, what is /boot directory? /boot is the bootable files, the kernel file. Can you see last file, VM Linux? That is your main kernel file, guys. Because of that only you're able to boot up, you're able to log in, you're able to run your commands. The last command, can you highlight the last file from the above output? Yeah, that is your kernel. So VM Linux, basically Linux is developed by Linus Torvalds. On behalf of his name, the kernel name is named with VM Linux. So Linux developer, guys. The main like Linux is developed by him only. Okay. So Linus Torvalds. On behalf of his name, kernel name is named as VM Linux. Now cd/lib, maybe /dev. cd/dev. Do ls. You can see all the device files. How many devices you do have? That many devices. Maybe hard disk, RAM, CPU, monitor, whatever you connected. That many. It is system purpose, not for your purpose, guys. Okay. Now cd/lib. Libraries. We used to call it as libraries, drivers, modules. Okay, the application related modules, hardware related modules will be available here. Okay, this is also for system purpose only. You no need to worry about /lib. Now cd/bin. So guys, binaries, you are able to run all these commands. cd command, ls command. So it's coincidencing. What is that? What do you mean? Coincidence. So G1, what do you mean? Hello G1, are you there? Can you speak out? I'm not sure. Something he pinged. Okay, that's fine. We'll talk to him again. Okay, so guys, all are command files. You're able to run your commands, right? cd, pwd, who am I, sudo command. Actually, how those are executing? Your kernel will run these programs only. So you can check that where exactly my command is there. Which space that command name? Can you run this command? Which space that command name? Maybe any ls command. ls. It will show you where exactly ls is available. See, it is available under /bin directory. That ls file, ls program file is available in /bin. In the same way, which space cd? Then which space PWD? PWD stands for present working directory. Which directory you are in? So PWD file is available here. See guys, so all commands are available under bin or sbin, and some other folders are also there. User bin, user sbin. We'll come to know about those folders. So guys, these are the binary folders. So why we discussed about all these folders, guys? Because you should know the purpose of each file. When you want to create some file, maybe some application data, some maybe system data, maybe some user data, you should know the purpose and you should use the respective folder. Okay, so whenever you install some application, the setting will be available in etc folder. You should go to etc and do the setting, whatever you need. And you want to change some user data, user setting, go to that user home directory. Okay, system setting also etc folder. You want to store something, maybe some kernel related, so go to boot folder. So you want to create something temporarily, go to tmp folder. Maybe you want to store some application data, so go to slash folder, create a different create a folder for your application, store your data there. So guys, this is what the directory structure. Okay, the different directories available in Linux. So let's wind up the call as of now. So guys, any doubts till now? Any issues, any concerns?
I have only one question here. While creating the AWS account, so we can choose the server irrespective of the region, right? Or any if India, we have to select Mumbai, or any specific region we have to select.
It's based on, so in general, in our real time, we'll use our project location, which project you are working for. Maybe even though you are in India, if your project, you're working for US project, US project region you will take, which region you belong to, your project belongs to. Okay, if I'm working for Indian project, obviously which region you belongs to. In India, only Mumbai region is there. So you have to choose in Mumbai region only.
So it doesn't matter. It depends on the project server.
Exactly. But as of now, in practice session, you can choose whatever you need. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So, and guys, any other issues, any other doubts? So, guys, as I told you yesterday, again, it's time to enrollment, and whoever please want to continue, please make sure that talk to those guys. Yesterday I given some numbers, right? Maybe except Rajesh and Benny. So please contact those numbers. Let me show you these numbers again. Just a minute. So guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Just a minute. So yeah. So guys, so these are the numbers. Please talk to them. Okay, are you able to see my screen? So these are the numbers. Please talk to them and please enroll. And they will give you the recordings as well, guys. Everybody who are some guys pinged me about the recordings, right? So please talk to them. They will provide the recordings as well. So for Sindhu and Rajesh, Benny, I will provide the recordings, and so others, please talk to the organizer. So these are the numbers. They will contact you even though they maybe they may miss you. Okay, please whoever want to continue, please talk to them, and maybe whoever want to reach personally, please go here. This is the address, and this is your mail address for them. Okay, so please guys, so any issues guys, any concerns, anything else you want to ask, you can ask me if anything. Otherwise, let's wind up the call and we'll meet again tomorrow same time guys. So please make sure that you enroll so your enrollment is completed to continue in tomorrow class. Okay guys? Yeah. Okay guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.